Yuck, what's going on, people? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to a very debatable video out there, and certainly going to be a fun one as these next few weeks do unravel themselves. I cannot wait to keep on talking about one of the bigger topics we have seen so far in 2020, and one of the few, like, really positive topics, you know, that being, though, the ultimate question during this Hex acquiring of the branding and the name rights for OpTic Gaming, and of course, with that, the LACDL spot, the lingering question of what's going to happen with the future of Hex and NRG, and of course, the ultimate question for this video I am asking all of you guys to answer down below. All you got to do, type yes or no, huh? Maybe even explain yourself, and you guys can always scroll down and see what other people think as well. I love that kind of interaction we get. The ultimate question being, does NRG Esports kill the Chicago Huntsmen after one single franchise season to bring back a new team known as Chicago OpTic? It's certainly a possibility, and for all of you guys who are not aware as well, FaZe Clan has that loophole revealed for Call of Duty, so it does seem when Hex, whether or not he brings back the OpTic Gaming name for Call of Duty, which I do personally think is probably the right call. You don't just drop a notorious brand like that. Despite the Huntsmen seeing so much success, we see the Atlanta FaZe operating well and clear, while FaZe Clan can still be a part of other esports. So for a few people out there worried, oh no, if they go Chicago OpTic for Call of Duty, OpTic cannot be used in any other esports. That is not true, but it also does beg the question, if that's not true, does Hex want to leave NRG eventually? I'm not going to talk about that today. The ultimate question, does NRG Esports kill Chicago Huntsmen to become the Chicago OpTic? And so far, I think a lot of people out there are leaning towards you almost have to. As initially when the news was found out, Methods made a first statement saying, "I just can't believe people thought they could make OpTic successful without Hector. I feel for them as I'm sure they had nothing but faith and optimism in the brand, but OpTic has and always will be Hector and the boys." He continued on by saying the reason why I'm making this video, also, you are legitimately out of your mind if you don't think Huntsman will do everything possible to rebrand as OpTic. And Octane replying saying, "I don't know, seems like a lot of work spent to just throw it out the window with Huntsman." To which Methods says, "I can't believe people are saying that with a straight face, and I can't believe people are replying to this as if you're serious." And the two finally going back and forth saying, "LMAO, I can't believe people think an OG acquisition won't result in a COD team," and Methods quoting, you know, what some people are saying, they'll use it as just a content brand. And I'll be open, I'll be honest, because someone might call me on this. Quite frankly, when I first heard the news, I had no idea what this meant, okay? Because especially with this deal being separate of NRG, I don't know what Hex wants to do. I don't know if he wants to separate from NRG in the future. You know, maybe that's a temptation with the use of OpTic Gaming can be across all esports, including Call of Duty. I just simply did not know. So certainly it was in the back of my head that, yeah, maybe underneath the NRG umbrella, maybe it is going to be a content brand, right? Maybe you have Huntsman people like Scump retire from the Call of Duty team and he goes back to being the content team, so he goes back to being OpTic Scump. I have no idea. Maybe the league does not approve of this move, and so OpTic Gaming has to be a content brand. Either way, they, as a couple of pro players out there, and I'm sure mostly a lot of others agree with them, if Hex is going to go and acquire the OpTic Gaming rights, does that mean NRG will kill the Huntsmen? And I will say this, the Huntsmen saw success that no other COD team saw. Of course, they had the backing and the following of OpTic Gaming, but the fact that Hex did all of that, I've already said it, I've already blown smoke up his bum several times about this. We don't see that very often, if ever, in esports, that kind of transition of an audience. What Hex did, what NRG did with signing Hex has been so much and so rare with the crossover of that brand. So it is kind of sad to see, with Huntsman being so successful, the most #1 talked about Call of Duty roster, not even close in that ranking, and at some points last year, one of the most talked about esports organizations, and that was just a Call of Duty brand. I mean, that's incredible. But to the point of what Methods and Octane and many other pros are trying to state, OpTic Gaming, it's legendary, right? Huntsman was amazing. What Huntsman did in year one was, you know, really still a rarity. It was, you know, utter madness, and it was crazy what they did. But in comparison to what OpTic Gaming is, of course, if you have to choose, and you get to choose between Chicago OpTic and Chicago Huntsman, you kill off a brand. It's just crazy to say that is very possible in the future that NRG will be killing off the #1 most talked about and popular and, you know, profitable Call of Duty brand to bring on the historical #1 and best and most notorious OpTic brand back in instead. They're killing the #1 to bring back the previous #1. It's just, you really can't make this kind of stuff up. These storylines are absolute madness. So yes, I am leaning towards the fact that NRG will kill the Huntsmen, but certainly lingering in the back of my head, probably a video sometime this week, is what is Hector doing? You know, Hector has now gone and acquired this seemingly outside of an NRG deal, but if NRG wants to use those naming rights for their own Call of Duty team underneath their umbrella, but that's Hex's branding rights, does Hex get something, some larger part of the pie for letting NRG use OpTic for their NRG COD team name? I don't know. Those background details probably got to be, you know, very, very detailed that we do not know about currently, so now we can only speculate and spit. And the main question for this video today being, do you guys think NRG will kill the Huntsmen for OpTic? I have a feeling what a majority of your answers might be, but if you guys say no, give me an explanation. I would love to read those as well. Until next time, as per usual, you guys know what to do. All right, take a sip. I'll see you back here sometime soon. Take care.